Hello and welcome. We're here today and we're going to have a quick playthrough of my favourite game from this Christmas, The Fate of the Fellowship. So, apologies, we're in a bit of a different room. I'm down in the kitchen. It's a little bit big, the board for my hobby table that I usually do my recording on. So I'm going to try in the post editing to zoom in on certain places, but if you can't see it because of the resolution, I'll give up on that idea and we'll get back to the normal setup next time. It's been a little while. I took on the challenge last year of watching at least 400 films, which I managed to get 408, but that ate a lot into my other hobby time. But new year. I'm going to try and commit to doing at least one video a month. And we're starting with The Fate of the Fellowship. So thank you very much for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I hope you all have a very good new year. Right, here we go. Right, so this is the table. Again, apologies. I've tried to get everything in. So what we have is I've randomly drawn the mission. Randomly drawn the characters. I've not yet won this game. Maybe I should use the starting missions. Who knows? But this time we are playing. We have to. Let's see if we can get these out. So we have to lift the shadow. I've put these out in the order I'm intending to do them. We have to lift the shadow from the Dwarven lands. So we need to have 4 Dwarven troops in Ered Luin and no shadow troops or shadow strongholds in Dale. So Ered Luin, apologies if my pronunciation's wrong, is up here. Part of the special setup is that there are some shadow troops up there, and Dale, as folk will know, is up there with that's where Gimli's starting. So you have to use Gimli for this one. So that's what I'm going to try and do first. We then have Boromir reclaims his honour. So Boromir starts here in Minas Tirith. Boromir basically has to be in a location with another character when the final troop dies. At that point, he takes off the board. Up to 3 shadow troops are removed from the location. And then the next time we complete an objective, we randomly draw another character. We then have confront the Balrog. So to confront the Balrog, we have to use Gandalf, as you'd expect. We have to take him to Moria. We've got to roll some dice, check the effect. He then leaves, but then next time we draw a Skies Darken card, which you'll see, he'll come back as Gandalf the White. And then finally, we have to destroy the One Ring with Frodo and Sam. They're starting up in the Shire, and we have to get them to Mount Doom and spend 5 rings and survive a final search. I'm not going to talk through how you play. You'll see it as we go. It's loosely based, well, it is based on the Pandemic game system, but it plays very differently. I'm really enjoying it. The Ringwraiths, or the Nazgul, are kicking about on their fell beasts. You start off with the Eye in Eriador with 2. There's 1 up kicking about near Rivendell. We've got 1 in the Misty Mountains, 1 in Gondor, and 4 back in Mordor. So that is the game setup. The board shows you where everybody should go. We've randomly drawn 9 cards, which has populated the additional troops that you can see. And yeah, we're just going to get into it. So we have Eowyn. She starts here in Edoras. We've got Boromir, as we've seen. We've got Gimli, and we've got Gandalf, and we also have Frodo and Sam. So we're going to play this the true solo way, which means that we need to. We have an active player. I've got the characters off screen, but it won't matter. You'll be fine. They've each got a special a couple of special abilities. If they're relevant, I'll tell you about them at the time. The main thing is that Eowyn can muster um, the Rohirrim for free instead of having to spend friendship. Boromir can do the same with the Gondorians, and Gimli can do that with dwarves. When Gandalf musters, he musters two for the price of one. Then let's see. I'm just saying it now after saying I wouldn't. Eowyn can kill Nazgul if she's fighting in a location with the Nazgul. Boromir, it costs less for Boromir to capture strongholds. Gimli, once per turn, can gain, I think these are, what are they called? Valor tokens. And Gandalf can move twice on Shadowfax instead of one for each move action. And he can also spend these Valor tokens to change the results of dice. There we go. Frodo and Sam, well, when they prepare, basically, if they... Oh, in the solo version, you can only prepare in the region that the card's for. You'll see how that works. So if Frodo and Sam do it, they get an extra friendship token. You'll see how it goes. We're going to get straight into it. And yeah, here we go. So our first player is Eowyn. So she's going to get 4 actions. I'm a bit concerned. Like, my first thoughts is that this massive group of... There's quite a lot of stuff over here in Dol Guldur and in Nirn. And I think that they're going to be going for Erebor. So there's going to be some fighting going on up there that I need to resolve. I need to get some armies together. I'd like to take Isengard if I can, because there's also additional troops there, so they're going to be spawning and moving. And Helm's Deep, I think, is going to be under threat. So I think my first thing I'm going to do is try and take Isengard with Eowyn. Gandalf is going to go and try and get 4 dwarves up in Ered Luin. Once I've taken Isengard, I think Eowyn's going to have to move up and provide support to Gimli. Sounds easy. Here we go. So Eowyn, I'm going to make this very simple. The cards I've got at the start of the game, I've got a Rohan card, which is always useful. We've got Eridor. Oh, sorry about the glare. I'll try and tilt things this way. And Indwaith. So she can prepare in Rohan. She's not in a haven at the moment, though. So the havens have the yellow border around them. I'm getting distracted by people outside. Okay, so she is going to simply move to Helm's Deep. She is going to muster twice, and she is going to prepare the Rohan card. So that goes to the discard, and instead we get a little token. I'm going to keep the tokens. Again, they'll be off screen. But I'm going to keep them on my Frodo and Sam card. Then you get to do a follow-up action with Frodo and Sam after each of your main characters have gone. So Frodo and Sam, we do have an Eriador card, so they're going to prepare with that, which gets me a resilience, a little ring, and it also gets me a bonus friendship, which is nice, which puts me down to 2 cards. So I draw 2 more. We get an Indwaith, another stealth card, and we get a Rovanian. Okay, so these can be spent as currency, or they can be converted to tokens that can be spent in the same way. So thus ends her phase. So at that point, I tend to move my first player, my active player token on. So Boromir is going to be next. We now have to do the shadow cards, though. So these work a lot like in Pandemic. If you're used to Pandemic, you'll see how things work. So we've got Moria. So because the banner is at the bottom as opposed to the flag at the top, we're looking at the bottom section. So we're going to spawn a bad guy on Moria. And then we're going to deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. That's not very good, because things get awfully tricky now. I've learned, obviously not well enough, that you need to draw the Eye's attention away from Frodo and Sam. So that's the first card. We're doing 2 at the moment because the threat rate is at the bottom. Secondly, we're luckily again, I suppose, we've got another spawn in Moria, actually. That could be quite bad as well. See where they end up going. I like to not look at the top. This is probably why I keep losing, because I'm not tactical. When I spawn things, I'm not looking at where they're going to eventually go. I'm just spawning them. So we've deployed on Moria, then we've taken 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. So there's only 1 there, so we take the 1 across, and then we have to take another 2, and it goes from the largest area. It's all equidistant, so let's just move. Let's move the Gondor one, and let's move this one. It's getting a little bit crowded in the Shire, but that's that. So they go from the resolve to the discard, and then we move on to Boromir's turn. So Boromir is in minus territory. I really need to get that eye away from Frodo. Whilst I'd love to just muster, I think I need to actually get something done, because Frodo's pinned there. What can we possibly do? We could sneak into Mordor. We could go 1, 2. We've got the cloaks to sneak across and attack minus Morgul, which might be something that they've never thought we'd do. Is it foolish? I think it probably is, but Boromir, is a beast. Let's draw some attention. So he is going to take his 2 guys. I haven't got the actions to muster, unfortunately, so he's only going to be able to take these 2. He's going to move 1. I'm going to take them with him. He's going to move 2 down to South Ilion. I'm then going to spend 2 stealth, 2 travel cards, and move 3. These are with me. And then, we're going to take the fight to the Dirty Orcs in minus Morgul. So I'm only going to attack with 1 because I don't want both of my troops to die. There is a dice tray that came with this game, but you won't be able to see it if I use that. So I'm gonna go for it here. So he gets the red, which means that we kill one of theirs. So we kill a troop, and because we've done the battle action, it pulls the eye to us, because Sauron's like, hang on, what are you doing? So Boromir's gone in. He's took his action. That's good. He then draws 2 cards. We've got another Valor. So if Boromir kills another one, he can actually take minus Morgul, which is pretty crazy. I bet Faramir would lose it afterwards. We haven't got Faramir, so... And then we take our second one, and we've got a Gondor. So, okay. Now, like Pandemic, there's obviously a limited number of each icon. So we have to bear that in mind. We haven't got anybody who can generate, apart from Gimli generating the Valor, we haven't got anybody who can generate stealth. We're going to move that across, because Gimli is next, and then we are going to go for the, what's it called? It's called the Shadow cards. So first off, we have... So because the flag's at the top rather than the banner, we're having troop movements, and they're going from Moria to Erebor. So we're going along the blue track, which is... oh, crikey, they're going to go towards the Woodland Realm. So we need to bear this in mind. So these 3 troops move out of Moria, and they're going into the Gladden Fields. So they're not far from getting to the Woodland Realm. So I think that Gimli's going to have to go and provide some support there. Our second card is another troop movement, and they're going from Rune to the Woodland Realm. Oh dear. So it's along the pink route. So they come in this direction as well. This could end in tears, couldn't it? So that's the end of the shadow phase. Gimli has got his work cut out. Now, I don't want to spawn lots of troops here because there are only 5 to be spawned in the reserve. I've got 1 in Ered Luin, but I need to get that up to 4. So I can only spawn 2. So I think that Gimli will spawn 2, so he'll muster twice. I think I'm then going to move across to the Woodland Realm for my third action. And then I'm going to muster... Gimli's using some inspiring words, and he's going to muster an elf as well. Okay. And that is Gimli. So Gandalf will be going next. We have to draw our cards. Oh, and we have our first Skies Darken card. So we'll come to that in a second. We also have an area door. So we've got 2 Valor and 2 Stealth in hand. Plus we've got tokens. We've got 1 Stealth, 1 Friendship, 1 Resilience, the ring. So Skies Darken. So Shadow Grows, we have to increase the threat by 1. That's okay, it's still only 2 cards. I See You. If the eye is in Frodo's region, we'd lose 2 hope. This is why it's important to move it away. Otherwise, move the eye there. So the eye moves across. This could be bad. And then under the cover of darkness, we have to spawn 3 shadow troops in Dorwinion. Oh dear. Things are not looking good for Erebor. So we will spawn those. Looking pretty spicy up towards Dale. Okay, so that is the Skies Darken. Now we go to the Shadow phase. Still only drawing 2 cards, thankfully. We have troop movement, and we're going Dunland to Rivendell. Crikey, Rivendell as well. See, if your havens fall, if those troops get there and they capture it, hope goes down. Once hope gets to 0, it's game over. Okay, and then secondly, we have another troop movement, and it's Moria to Rivendell. Okay, so that's change. Oh no, it's not changing the direction because we've already set off. It's going this way to Rivendell. So these troops that have just moved are actually going to move to here. We're getting closer. Gandalf may have to rethink his plan. So each game of this is very different. It's very cinematic. It's good. I'm really enjoying it. So that is that. We're back to Gandalf. So he's got 2 actions. Now I was planning on just going and resolving that straight away. But now I'm a bit concerned that Rivendell may fall. He's got no troops with him. He can't muster where he is. He has to get to Ered Luin or go to Rivendell. We could go to Rivendell, muster some troops there, although... Oh, we didn't do our Frodo actions, did we? Apologies. So Frodo... they couldn't do anything anyway. I think... Well, I do have the Eriador cards. When did I draw those, though? Well, he could definitely do 1 now, and I think he could have done the other one earlier. So I'm going to say for the last 2 actions, Frodo and Sam are going to have prepared. So they're going to have... We're going to generate an extra Valor and an extra Stealth. And because they're both in Eriador, we're going to generate 2 extra Friendship. Apologies, I forgot that. Hopefully that works out okay. So Gandalf. Gandalf is going to move up to Rivendell first. So he's going to move on Shadowfax. So for one action, he gets to move 2. Then he's going to spend a friendship token to muster. And because he's Gandalf, he musters double. So he'll take 1. I don't think I'll go again, because I think that Gimli's going to need more troops. That's 2 actions. Then he's going to move again. I could attack here, but I don't really want to be doing things there. So I'm just going to move. I'm going to go to 1 on Shadowfax again, and then move again. So he is actually there. So that was 1 move to get to Rivendell, a muster, and then 2 moves. Because he's got Shadowfax, he can basically move twice each time. You can't see all the spaces there, but he does make it. But that will end his turn. I might move Sam and Frodo. So I'm going to use a stealth card, which means I don't have to roll a search action. And we're going to move to here, spend a stealth card. So they've gone to the Grey Havens. There is a route out to get us to Gondor. It costs 2 friendship. We have got 2, although Gandalf's going to want to use those for mustering. Okay, so we draw our 2 cards. We have a ring in Rohan. And we have another friendship card. That's always good in Dale. Okay, so next is going to be back to Eowyn, but we have to do our shadow phase. So first off, we're going to spawn in near Harad and move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. So there's only 1 that can be moved. If we get a search here, while there's so much going on, things could go horribly wrong. Oh no, it's a troop movement, and it's rune to the Woodland Realm along the pink route. So these are going to move into Lake Town. So they're not far off now. And that'll be the 2. So we're back to Eowyn. So Eowyn is going to do a free muster. And then she is going to move once, move twice. So that's 3. She's going to take everyone with her. And she is going to attack with 3 and try and take out these shadow troops. Okay, so we do take out 3. Unfortunately, we lose 3, which is quite sad. So we take out theirs. I should really have just used 1. I was a bit foolish there. But we've still taken it. At what cost, you ask? So that's Eowyn. So does Frodo want to do anything? We haven't got an Eriador. We could move him out. I think we're going to. We're going to spend card, and we're going to also spend a token. And we're going to move Frodo and Sam from the Grey Havens down to Dol Amroth. Now, I'd have to roll a search, but there are no Nazgul or Shadow Troops present, so we're okay. So they're all still busy looking over there. Oh, sorry, the eye had to move to there. We'll draw our 2 cards. We've got an Enindwaith and a Mordor. That's good, because that's enough for Eowyn to claim Isengard, which you want it. Boromir's going to be going next. We have 2 shadow cards, though. So we have troop movement Isengard to Helm's Deep along the this route. So thankfully, we've just dispatched all of those. And then secondly, we have a mustering in Moria. And we have to move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. So we'll move 2 into Enindwaith. Okay. That's good. Picking up pace. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Boromir gets to go. So Boromir is there. This is... Yeah, it's quite good. I think Boromir is going to attack, first of all. I am just going to use 1 dice. It doesn't do anything. Now I'm going to spend... I'm going to spend a Valor. And what I can do with that is I can spend a Valor and I can increase the amount of damage that I do in a combat. Spend during a battle to remove 1 guy. So we're going to remove that guy. Okay. Which leaves us with 2 more. So what we're going to do for our second action is, because it's Boromir, he only needs to spend 2 Valor to claim. So he's going to actually capture Minas Morgul. So the eye, of course, comes over. And Minas Morgul is now a stronghold for man, or the Free Peoples. And the other problem I've got is I can't actually get out because I've only got this, and it's going to cost 2 stealth to get across there, unless I move further in. And the problem I may have is that these troops could come this way, which it'll soon fall. But more of a problem is there's nobody defending Minas Tirith because he's gone on a jolly. So that's 2 actions. What more can I do? I might end up just passing. There's no other actions we can do there. So yeah, that'll be Boromir. Frodo and Sam. We have nothing we can do with them either, really. Well, I suppose we could move with them because it doesn't matter if there's a search. So they're going to move to Peligre. There's nothing to search because there's no Nazgul there. And that will be the end of Boromir. Well, not the end of Boromir, not yet. Turning over, we get a Valor. Oh, and we get our first event card. So, can we see this? Elven Cloaks and Rope. Play anytime, not an action. Select any character. They can travel alone up to 2 times. You don't roll for searches, but you must pay for special paths as usual. And you can't bring other characters or friendly troops. So we can sneak twice, but it doesn't help Boromir get out of Mordor because we haven't got the cloaks required. We do have... Oh yeah, we do. We have 2 cloak tokens. So he could have got out after all. Maybe it's better to have Frodo use them to go in. Yeah, I think we'll save them for Frodo. Okay. I'm thinking forward here. So Boromir's mission, if Sam and Frodo are there, could potentially throw himself away somewhere in here with them just before they get to Mount Doom to finish his mission, which would be quite good. It'd look good. But we're still focusing on trying to clear the Dwarven lands. So we've drawn our 2. Gimli's going to be next, but we have 2 shadow cards. We have a troop movement, Nirn to Minas Tirith. Oh, they are coming through. So they're going to come here. So they're going to be following the yellow path, which takes them that way. So they're not actually going to go through Minas Morgul unless we draw for our next troop movement, the purple arrow. Second one is another one. It's Isengard to Rivendell. And we're going along the green. This is this one. So we're going to move to Bree from Tharbrad, and then they're going to move to the Weather Hills before moving into Rivendell. But at least there's troops there now, so I'm less concerned. Okay. So that is the shadow phase. Now we're going to come to Gimli. Gimli's got a lot on his plate at the moment. We've only got one rally token at the moment. Right. I think we will move and take an elf. And then we're going to move again into here. This could end horribly. If we get a troop movement, things are going to end badly. But we're going to move. Yeah, we'll maybe leave 2 there. So we've got 2 with us. Gimli is going to... So he's moved. He's going to spend an action to generate a Valor. And then he's going to attack with 2. Okay, so we do 1 damage. This does nothing. Oh no, this kills one of ours unless we're in a haven. We're not in a haven. So that's going to kill one of ours and one of theirs. So that's one of theirs. And we'll get rid of the dwarf. And then we will spend... Now, do we want to spend to get rid of... We can kill another 3. Or do we want to save those to capture Isengard? I think ridiculously we have to spend them. So we're going to spend all 3. We're going to kill another 3. Okay, that's thinned it a bit. We do have to get rid of them for it to work, so that's not too bad. So that's all his job, all his go. So Gandalf will be next, but we have to draw our cards first. Okay, we get a Valor, that's useful. And then we get another cloak, which is good. Okay, Shadow Phase. We've got to muster in Neharad. That's getting big, that army. And we have to deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Okay, if the Eye is in Mordor, recall 3 instead. So I'm going to take these 3. Put them into Mordor. Okay. And then we're going to move from Neharad to Helm's Deep. Oh. So this is going along the... Well, it's quite a long way around that they go in. But they've started. Okay. It's exciting. And then we're coming to Gandalf. So, unfortunately, there's 1 left up there, so we can't finish the mission this turn. But we will spend a friendship to muster 2 dwarves in Ered Luin. We'll do an attack action. Just 1 dice. Gandalf. Okay, so Gandalf can spend Valor with his Light and Flame to change that many dice results. So he'll spend Rohan, he'll turn that to a hit, and he kills that Shadow Troop. So that's 2 actions. Oh, we need another one in there. This is a pain. I think he is then going to just... Because he can't do it this turn anyway, he's going to move once, move twice, and take the dwarves with him. He'll go back and finish the mission on his next turn, hopefully. Okay, and then Frodo and Sam will move 1. They don't have to worry about a search. We'll be going to Eowyn next. We haven't got the Valor, unfortunately, anymore. But we've got another event card. The current player can do 2 more actions. 1. And then we have another ring. So, not ideal. Can move for free with somebody and we can do 2 actions. I suppose we could use it any time. Oh no, you do it during the action step, that one. So we can't do it yet. Okay. We have Rune to minus Tirith. So along the yellow again. Oh, Rune. That's this one. So there's actually nobody on that route. That does nothing. And then Nern to Helm's Deep. Ah, here it comes. Nern to Helm's Deep. Where's Helm's Deep? Up there. So this is following the purple, as we thought. So they come into minus Morgul, and there's a battle. So they automatically attack with them as many dice as they can. Because there's 6 troops, they're going to go with 3. So this is bad. So each of those kills 2 of our troops if there's a Nazgul. So that's going to kill 4 on its own. And we kill 1 of theirs and 1 of ours dies. So we kill 1 of theirs. And then it's whether or not we want to spend any of our rings to reroll. Suppose we could. Let's give it a go. Let's reroll this one. Okay, so that'll kill another one. Do we want to reroll another? Don't think it's going to get any better for us. We're already losing. So I think at that stage... Oh, I should have, when we got our... that became a haven, we should have got 2 hope. Unfortunately, they've just killed us. And our haven falls. And we lose 3 hope. So... didn't work out great, did it? But there you go. We really are going to have to get Boromir out of there, I think. He's no use to us in there. He didn't have another character present, so he didn't finish his mission. Frodo and Sam didn't get in. So we're going to have to try something else. But we've got troops marching on Minas Tirith, which doesn't look great. Okay, so... that is the shadow phase. We've come to Eowyn's turn. Unfortunately, Eowyn now doesn't have enough valor for us to capture Isengard. Which isn't ideal. I think I'm going to move her out for 1 action. I'm going to muster 3 times, which doesn't cost anything with Eowyn. And then I think I'm going to use the Lamba spread. Muster another 2 times. Well, I'll muster 1 time. And I'll move back in. And then Frodo and Sam, they don't want to go into Mordor while the eye's there. So I think they're just going to stay put at the moment. They could move. Could take them to Minas Tirith. Although I like them where they are. No, I'm going to leave them. They're going to do nothing. Right, we're going to draw. We get one of the... We get a Thillion. And we get the Mirkwood. It's not enough. Boromir will be going next. He can at least get out. We've got a rune to the Woodland Realm along the... Okay, so we've got... It's going along the Peach. So this guy is going to actually attack Erebor. Fool. See how he does. He dies. Perfect. Okay, so that doesn't draw the eye because it wasn't one of our combat action. We didn't undertake a combat action. And then we're going to muster in Dol Guldur, and we're going to deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the eye. If the eye is in Mordor, we're going to recall 3 instead. That's pretty good. Okay, so we get to Boromir, the Steward of Gondor. Come on, Boromir, you've got this. So he's going to spend 2 cloaks, 1 card and 1 token. And he is going to move to here for one action. Then he's going to move again. He's going to take Frodo and Sam and move again. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to do a free muster, is he? Don't know why I've taken Frodo and Sam. Oh, yeah, it's so that he's got a witness. Somebody can bear witness to his heroics when he redeems himself. So he's going to muster for the last one. And then Frodo and Sam will... They can't prepare there because they don't have the right cards. So they'll just stay put. Okay, so Gimli's going to be going next. He has managed to clear Dale of shadow troops. Okay, we're going to muster. You know what I did wrong last time? Forgot to intensify by shuffling the discard pile into here. I was thinking that's getting awfully high. That should have been shuffled and put back on the top. Makes me a bit sad. But we'll see. We'll play it through. We get one in Neharad. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. And then we're going to move from Isengard to Rivendell. That's these guys moving again. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, folks. Thought this is getting a healthy size stack. I've not seen it that high before. Normally you're going back through the other cards. Anyway, it is what it is. We're back to Gimli, son of Gloin. So I think he is going to use his once per turn gain a Valor token. And then he's going to move into Erebor. Then he is going to... Don't want to muster twice, do I? He'll muster once for free. And then he'll move to the Woodland Realm and drop and take the elf with him. Okay. Frodo and Sam still can't do anything. We've got card drawing. Feel really silly now because of this. Right, troops moving from Dunland to Helm's Deep. There's nobody on that route. And then troops moving from Umbar to the Grey Havens. So that's going along the pink route. So they're actually going to join forces. Ooh, that's a big army. Okay. So, comes to Gandalf. Now, Gandalf can now finish that mission. Because we have friendship in hand. So Gandalf's going to abandon this. He's going to move back 1, 2. He's going to spend the friendship to muster. Which completes that mission. So that's 3. He's got 1 action left. Lift Shadow from the Dwarven Lands. We have 4 in Ered Luin. No Shadow Troops in Dale. We gain 2 Valor tokens and 1 Hope. So 2 Valor and 1 Hope. That's good. So now we just have to... Boromir has to reclaim his honour. Something here. Oh, and the... Oh no, the eye doesn't move. And Gandalf's now got to go and fight the Balrog. Confront the Balrog. Okay, so he's got 1 action left. I think he's going to move... And he's going to take these dwarves with him. Okay. It will be going to Eowyn next. Let's draw these. Hopefully we've got a Sky's Darken. There it is. I say hopefully. We don't want that, but I want it just so I can sort out this deck. So we increase the threat by 1. That means we're going to be drawing 3 shadow cards now. I see you. If the eye is in Frodo's region, lose 2 hope. Oh dear. Okay. And then add 3 to Southern Mirkwood. And then the danger intensifies. So 3 to Southern Mirkwood. Danger intensifies, which is when these need to be shuffled and put back on top. So what happens normally is that it keeps it quite targeted on the mustering and troop movements in the same places. So this is going to be slightly watered down, but I did notice that most of them are the same anyway, so it might involve in the same places, so it might have that much of an impact. So that is that done. And then we get our second one, which is Gondor Ring. So we currently have enough rings to throw it into Mount Doom. We just have to get Frodo and Sam there and complete our other 2 missions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can have 1 more card, so we need to start thinking about spending cards as well. So then we go to our shadow phase. We get 3. So we have a troop movement rune to the Woodland Realm, which is along the Peach, which is here. So these guys are going to move to the Old Forest Road. Then we've got Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. Okay, so that's going along this route. Dol Guldur. Oh no, it's going along this route. So these move into Lorien. Oh dear. So Lorien gets attacked. Actually, that does nothing because there's no Nazgul. That means that they don't die because we're in a haven. So we just do 1 damage to the shadow troops. Crikey, who'd have thought it? Oof, Lorien didn't fall. And then finally, we have troop movements rune to the Woodland Realm. Oh, that's the same again. Oh no. Rune to the Woodland Realm. So it's going this way. So there's nobody on that one, thankfully, because they've come off it. Okay, so that is the shadow phase. And we come to us, and we've got Eowyn. So we can now actually spend 1, 2, 3, and turn Isengard into a haven. That's 1 action, gives us 2 hope. It's difficult to get from Isengard into the fray. Don't think we can get to support Lorien, unfortunately. We could spend our... Well, this might be folly. I'm going to spend our stealth to move into Fangorn. That's 2 actions. Then we're going to move to Lorien for 3 actions, which draws the eye to us. So we conquered, moved, now we're going to attack. So we're just going to attack with... I have left Helm's Deep undefended. We're going to attack with 2. Okay, so there's no Nazgul. That's unfortunate because she likes a Nazgul. So 1 of each die. Rohirrim. We want to spend that last valor? I don't think we do. Okay. So now we need Boromir to fall before Gandalf confronts the Balrog. So we needed to get him in here for this, for a fight next turn. So Eowyn's done. She'll draw her cards. Oh no. Frodo is going to move for his action. We move to there. And he's going to take the troop and Boromir. There's nobody there for a search. And then we draw our 2 cards. For 2 light buses. So increase the threat rate by 1. If the eye is in Frodo's region, it's not. So we don't lose the 2 hope, but it moves there. And then add 3 to Hollin. And then the danger intensifies. So 3 to Hollin. Danger intensifies, yeah. And then our second card. Another. So we haven't got enough to sneak in. We needed that for Boromir. We needed him to be able to sneak in. Fortunately, spending that to come out here was folly. Otherwise, we could have snuck in there now, made the attack, inevitably died, completed the mission. Good things would have happened. As it stands, we only have 1 cloak, and it's Boromir's turn. So we're going to move. Oh. Going to move to here. We have to do a search roll, but there's no Nazgul, and there's nobody in the place, so that's okay. Then we're going to move here. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to spend this damn thing again. So there's no search, because we don't want to roll 7 dice. People are probably going mental at me at the moment, but we're in. So that's 2. Then we're going to attack with our 1 guy. So 1 dies, and 1 of theirs dies. So Boromir reclaims his honour. Complete if Boromir and 1 other friendly character are in a location where the last friendly troop is removed in a battle. That was just done. So we remove 2 shadow troops from the location. Remove Boromir's figure from the board. He can no longer do any actions. Poor guy's dead. When the next objective is completed, draw a random character from the box to replace Boromir in its starting location. There we go. Boromir is no more. Put him up there. So it's still his turn. So I am actually going to now. I'm going to move them for their 1. No. Yeah. Move them for their 1 action. They don't have to make a search because there's nobody there. Then I think I might use the lambus bread. Would I? No, I don't need to at the moment. There's no rush. Okay, so we draw 2. We get the first of our. I don't know if we're going to have enough. We need 5 to get to Mount Doom. And there's 2. Right, we can't be spending these willy-nilly now. Okay, that's us at max cards. Gimli's going to be going next. We've got these. The Shadow Phase. Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. That is not good. So that's here. So this 1 moves into Fangorn. All of these move into there, but there's a bigger fight now. So 3 will attack. 1 of theirs, 2, 3 of theirs die, and 2 of ours. So 3 theirs. 2 of the Rohirrim. They can come back. Okay, that's the first one. Second, we've got Rune to the Woodland Realm along the pink. So thankfully that's the one that's got nobody on it. And then finally, Rune to the Woodland Realm along the orange. Okay. Like I move to there. That's okay. Gimli can deal with that on his turn. Start. We go to Gimli. Gotta get rid of some of this. So he's going to prepare a token. Then he is going to move for 2. Move again for 3. And then he's going to attack. He's going to use 2 dice. Oh, 2 of each. Okay. That's him done. Frodo. Yeah, I should have moved Frodo because then he could have been. So what I'll do is I'm going to use the Elven Cloaks. Move 2 times with Frodo. And then I am going to prepare in Gondor. Which gives me a ring token and a friendship. So we now have 4 cards. We've got the 2 to get us through into Mordor, and then 2 more rings. Got another friendship and another resilience. Happy days. Gandalf will be next. We've got Shadow Phase though. So we've got troop movements Isengard to Rivendell. That is this one. So they do go in. A long time coming. Come on, Rivendell. 2 of each. Only 1 elf left in Rivendell. And there's some more troops marching on them. Okay. Secondly, we have a muster in Moria. And we have to shift the eye to Frodo's region. And finally, we have Nirn to Erebor along. So that's this one. Oh no, Nirn to Erebor, which is this one. Okay, that is the Shadow Phase. Oh, Gandalf. Does he? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. He's going to march 1, 2, 3. And he's going to attack with 2. Kills 1, and I'm going to spend a Valor to kill 2. No. Yeah, what does he do? Spends a Valor to change a result. And then I'm going to spend another Valor to kill all 3. Happy days. Oh, but the eye will move there. Frodo will use that as an opportunity to move to here. Okay. Misty Mountains. And the Mirkwood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're back at max, but that's okay. Gandalf's had his go. Right. So we have a muster in Nirn. Move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. Then we have Neharad to Helm's Deep along the Peach. 3. We're going to attack Pelegre. So 1, 2, 3 die. What? Unfortunately, so does that plucky Gondorian. Okay. And then we have a muster in Rune. And deploy 3 from Mordor to the eye. Okay. Eowyn. We're in the Misty Mountains, so we can prepare. We can attack. Just going to use the one. And it does no damage to us because we're in a haven. And I'm going to spend a valor to kill an extra enemy. So that's a prepare and attack. I'm going to move. Oh, the eye would have moved to here. I'm going to attack with one again. There's nobody in, so it does nothing to us. I'm going to spend a valor and kill that one. And then Frodo. Frodo might stay put because there's two here now to search for him. Okay, so he's just going to stay. So we'll draw two. Yeah, Haradwraith and Athilia. So we've definitely got enough rings. We're up to 6 now, including our tokens. It will be Gimli next. First, we're mustering in Umbar. Shift the eye to Frodo's location. The Wheels of Saruman. Now we either must break an oath and remove 2 friendly units. Discard 2 player cards or symbols, or lose a hope. I think we'll get rid of 2 rings. We don't need them yet. Okay. And then mustering in Dunland. Deploying 3 from Mordor to the eye. So 1. And then they go from the largest, 1 at a time. 2. 3. Okay. Frodo needs to move. Definitely needs to get a wriggle on. Okay, so Gimli, what are you doing, Gimli? He is going to use Dwarven Craft to get a token, and he's going to attack with his 1 troop on the Shadow Troop, and 1 of each will die. That's 2 actions. Oh, and that moves the eye to Dale. And then he will move and he will muster. Frodo's trapped with all those Nazgul kicking about. Don't really want to move him, so he's going to stay put again. Okay. Draw 2. There we go. We've got another sneak. That's always good. We've got another friendship. Also good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to get some spent. Okay. Shadow phase. Then we can complete Gandalf's mission. We're moving from Isengard to Rivendell. Along the green. So it moves there. It instantly triggers an attack. 1 of each die. The eye doesn't move. Then we move from Neharad to Erebor. Crikey, that's a long one. That's along the blue. And that's the only one. And then we're moving Moria to Minas Tirith. Oof. So they're going to move out just before Gandalf gets there with his dwarves. Okay. Talking of Gandalf, he's going to march on Moria. We've only got one, so we can't capture Moria, unfortunately. We've gone in for move in one. Crikey, this could be bad. What else can he do? So he's moved in. Can move again. Okay, so I can move again. 2. I will attack with 3. All 3 of mine die and 2 of theirs. That's okay, everybody dies. To move back for 4. And then we will complete the mission. So we have to roll 3 dice in Moria. Oh no, it's an action. I can't do that last bit. That could come back to bite me, but I'm doing it this turn. Okay, so lose 3 hope. Lose 1 hope, that's 4. And lose 2. So that'd be losing 6 hope, which would end us. Now, we can ignore each 1 dice for each ring I spend. I think I've got 3. Well, I've only got 4 rings at the moment because I've been spending them. And I can prevent the loss of a hope for each. Oh, crikey, I've not got any Valor either. Not had a Valor. Right, I'm going to have to spend 1 to ignore that one. So I'm still losing 3 hope, though. Don't think there's anything else I can do. I for some reason don't have a Valor. So it's done. Gandalf comes off the table. And we lose 3 hope. And next Sky's Darken card that comes out, he respawns as Gandalf the White. But that's another one finished. Which means that Boromir now, or a replacement character for Boromir, is now spawned. Let's see who we get. Gollum. Okay. So, Gollum appears in Moria. Not ideal. Although, Gollum can pull stealth cards out of there, which is going to be very useful. So, Gollum has spawned in Moria. Eowyn will be next, but let's see what cards we get. We already have 6 cards. Get Dale and the Misty Mountains. So we're going to have to drop 1. I think we will drop. So Gollum can actually prepare anywhere. He doesn't need to be in a haven. And he can move troops around, which is useful. I'm going to get rid of Misty Mountains. So I'm down to 7 cards. I will... Actually, no. For Frodo and Sam, I'm going to move them. And I'm going to spend that Misty Mountains to move them without a search. Makes sense. Right. Let's see, it's getting to the end game. We muster in Dol Guldur. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Or go from the largest group, which is here. So 1, 2, 3. Muster in near Harad. And shift the eye to Frodo's region. Muster in near Harad. Deploy 3 from Mordor to the eye, often the biggest group. So go 1, 2, 3. You get Eowyn's go. I need to get that eye over. First things first, I'm going to activate Frodo first. He's going to spend 2 to move through the pass, and he's going to spend an extra 1 to not roll a search when he gets there. Eowyn is going to move down to there for 1, muster twice, 2, 3, and move. There for 4. That's her go. 5. Unless I've got a rope and I can. No. Okay. Get another one of those. Crikey. Oh, and the sky's darker. So Gandalf will come out as well. So increase the threat by 1. We're now on to 4 shadow cards. Move the. If the eye is in Frodo's location, lose 2 hope. No. Move it there. Add 3 to Mount Doom. Oh, that is not what I needed. That's where we're going. And then danger intensifies. It's all go. It's quite a long video. But we've got this. Okay. And then danger's intensified. And then we do the second part of this, of Gandalf's one. So he comes back in Lorien. Down so we can see him. We gain 2 hope. He's now Gandalf the White. So for 1 Valor, we can now change as many dice as we want. However, we're now getting the first shadow phase of 4, and it's in Frodo's location, and he's got 4 shadow troops in his location. Gollum will be next, at least. Got 6 cards. Is that right? Did I draw my second one? I think I did. Okay. Near Harad to Helm's Deep, which is the peach. Okay. Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. Along that one. Oh no. So these 2, this is where it could come back to bite me, as I said. When I didn't attack with them. Okay, so 2 are going into Lorien. I don't have the symbol I need from Gandalf to change any number of dice. So that one does nothing. This one kills 1 of each, which is bad. There's nothing I can do. I could re-roll it. I'm going to re-roll it. Maybe foolish. I don't know if I've got enough rings left. I just don't want Lorien to fall, or else we're going to lose 3 hope. Oh, it doesn't change. So 1 of each dies. Unfortunately, because there are no troops left, becomes an enemy stronghold. And we lose 3 hope. Oof, brutal. It's 2. Muster in Moria. That causes a fight instantly. One will attack the 3 dwarves. It'll die. Shift the eye to Frodo. If it's already there, roll a search. It is. So there's 4 in my location. This is the first search roll. Okay, so they're blank. That does nothing. So this one will do reduce hope by 1. However, Sam has a special ability where you can spend a heart to ignore dice. So he will clearly start spending. He'll spend a Mirkwood to ignore that dice. Oh, it's good that we've got those hearts. Okay, that's 3. One more. Can we survive? We're mustering again in Neharad. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye, or draw them in. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we get Gollum. So Gollum is going to spend an action to pull stealth card. Going to pull this Misty Mountains one, which he is then going to prepare with. His second action. Then he's going to prepare with another Misty Mountains for a third action. Then he is going to move to the Gladden Fields. He can't take troops because Smeagol doesn't have any kind of charm or charisma, unfortunately. Okay, that's him. Frodo will spend that newly acquired stealth to move to here. We're getting close. We've got 3 rings and 3 ring tokens. We've got 3 friendship in hand and 2 friendship tokens. Gimli will be next. Ooh, Orc infighting. Play at any time. You may remove 2 from any location. That'll be useful. Oh, and gifts from the elves. Select any one symbol. Give it to a player. So I think... Ooh, that'll mean we'll only need 1 ring. So let's remove 2 with the Orc infighting from Mount Doom now, because it's not an action, can be used at any time. And then we could take any token at any time. So if we need that ring, we'll take it. But we also need 2 cloaks. Anyway, 4. Wheels of Saruman. Remove 2 friendly troops. Lose a hope. Or discard a total of 2 player cards and symbol tokens. I think we'll lose these 2 troops. Okay. Second, rune to the Woodland Realm along the beach. Third, Dunland to Helm's Deep. There's nobody on that track. And fourth, mustering Isengard. Isengard's been taken, so they can't muster there anymore. But deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. So, otherwise, we have to do this. Oofed. Okay. That's a lot going on there. That is Shadow Phase, though. We can do this. Gimli What are you going to do, Gimli? Let's draw that eye, mate. It's going to generate a Valor token. It's going to march for 2, march again for 3, and then he's going to attack with 1 dice. 1 of each die. That's okay. Poor dwarves. Keep saying that's okay. That pulls the eye out. Helps. And Frodo, unfortunately, doesn't have any cloaks, so he can't move anywhere. So he is just stuck where he is. And we're going to draw. Another friendship. Come on, something different. Oh, there's the ring. That's 3. That's 4 I've got, so I only need 1 more. And I've got a gift from the elves to get. Gandalf will be next. 4 of these, though. Isengard to Rivendell. Along the green. Nope, they've all been cleared. Neharad to Erebor. That's the big blue one. Okay. Rune to Minas Tirith. Along the yellow. Oh, this could be bad, couldn't it? The yellow. Oh, it's Rune to Minas Tirith. There's nobody on that one. We got lucky there. And then muster in Moria. So they muster, which means they're having a fight. 1 of each die. Those dwarves are slowly dying. And then deploy 3 from Nazgul from Mordor to the eye. Well, that helps. No, we can do this. Well, we can't quite yet. Got Gandalf. What are you going to do, Gandalf? Gandalf will move once. He will muster. Bring 2 of the rubber rim out. Then he will 3, 4. Those with him. Okay, so they're all in. We'll stand them up. Hopefully you can see them. There. Right, and then Frodo, I still don't have my 2. I'm running out of the deck here. Oh, there's 1. That's a Valor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still can't move. Not ideal. Eowyn's going to be next. Can at least go and do some fighting. Umbar to Helm's Deep. Oh. I'm marching. Find Dol Guldur. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the eye. That's good. There's none in Mordor anymore. One in Neharad. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. Then Nirn to Erebor. Along the blue. Yes. We survived. Eowyn. She's going to draw the eye now. So she'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. She'll attack with 2. Ooh, so Eowyn's good because that means we kill that Nazgul. And then that one says we die unless we're in a haven. We're not in a haven. don't think it's worth spending to change that. That was okay. That draws the eye. Right then. Frodo. So I'm going to use the gift of the elves to take another ring token, which means I now have my 5. Because I know Gollum can fish in there and get me one. I could have actually spent that other token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I've got now. Yeah, so I will actually spend one of the cards in hand to not lose a Rohirrim and instead change it to kill a guy. Okay, so I've got 5 in hand. I've got enough rings. I just need 1 cloak. We're almost at the last turn. We get the ring anyway. And the skies darken. Oh no. Increase threat by 1. Move the eye to Frodo's region. Add 3 to Dradim Forest. And intensify the danger. So we have maybe 3 turns before the end of the game. Can we do it? It's going to be very close. Six in hand. And then Gollum's going to be next. Okay, but we've got to survive 4 cards. Muster in Moria. It's going to cause a fight. Does nothing. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, do a search. Well, there's no Nazgul there, and there's no shadow troops in his location, so that's 0 dice. Near Harad to Erebor. That's the big blue one. Okay. Dol Guldur. Shift the eye. Ooh. To Frodo's location. If it's already there, roll a search. Thankfully, there's no Nazgul there. Near Harad to Helm's Deep. Along the purple. So there are quite a few. Ooh. Helm's Deep could fall very soon. Oh no, that's not. Yeah. It's looking pretty nasty. Helm's Deep's got a couple of guys in, but more attacking. Okay, so Gollum. It's your time to shine, Gollum. He's going to use an action to pull a card. Doesn't really matter which one it is. We'll pull a card. It can prepare another one. And when he prepares, he can move a troop. And down there. That's 2 actions. And then he'll move. Just leave it at that. He can go to Fangong Forest. Then for Frodo, we will spend 2 to move to Mount Doom. We have to roll a search because there is a guy in the space. It's lose a hope. However, Sam can spend a card to ignore it. So he does. And that's that. So, for a 1, Gondor. 2, on Bombadil. Do one of the following at any time. Gain a hope. or reroll 3 dice? Big Tom. Okay, so we have to survive this one shadow phase. The next turn, we can throw the ring in and hopefully we survive. So, here comes the shadow phase. Spawn in Moria. Causing a fight. It's 2 this time. And 1 of each die. It's been a long time currying, but Moria has fallen again. Okay. And deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the eye. Or recall 3. Oh, that is not what we wanted. Oh, no. Okay, second. Umbar. Roll a search. So now there's 3, 4 for the search. Well, this could be the end. Okay, so that recalls another one. That one is lose a hope, but we're going to discard another card. Okay. We're going to move from Nirn to Erebor. That is this one. This could be the end. Into the Woodland Realm. What? This could be the end. They're 1 attack into the Woodland Realm. 3 hope will kill us. Oh! It's a red. It dies. Holy moly. Let's move up. This moves up. Up. Okay. It's 3. 1 more. Come on. Rune to minus Tirith. Oh, rune. Yeah. Oh. Why's minus Tirith got 3 guys on it? Got 2 guys on it. Did they go in there last turn? I think they might have gone in there last turn, in which case we'd have just lost 3 hope and it'd have been the end. Minus Tirith is taken. There's no defense. We lose 3 hope. I thought I had it. Well, that bombshell. We fail on the last turn because we were about to throw the ring in. We left minus Tirith undefended. I think it might have actually fallen last turn. But it definitely fell this turn. Because it's come this way. This one will have done it anyway. That is brutal. There we go. I failed yet again. Just going to double check the recording, but I think we've failed again. Oh, here's the extra little bit, just in case. And with that, they enter minus Tirith, and we drop to 0 hope. It's all for naught. Well, there you go. It was close. I think I mean, in the original play there, I went an extra turn or 2 without realising minus Tirith had fell. And I got basically to the very last action. It's probably the closest I've ever been. But I left... You can't leave your havens undefended. And what a numpty. There you go, though. It's a great game. It's really good fun. Very thematic. I will defeat it. Oh, yes, I will. Thanks for watching.